night of the Tuesday Show comedy at the Brass Door downtown.
Doing fantastic over there. Our next comic, we are to the headliner portion of the show. We have two headliners here tonight from Chattanooga. I think most of you know that. I guess, right. Your first guy coming up, he was here in Memphis hanging out with us for a little while. And then he went over to Chattanooga because I guess we smelled bad. I'm not sure. But he's very, that's it? Okay, all right, well that was it. It's hot in here. All right, but yeah, he's coming up to the stage now. He was one of my favorite comics, and one of the guys who was nice to me when I was first getting started. A great guy and a very funny guy. Please put your hands together with Mr. Ben Dalby, everybody.
How am I doing on time? Fuck, seriously, still 18 minutes? God damn it. I didn't write any jokes. I really thought I could milk that. Thanks for coming, guys. Yeah. I'm gonna get started a little slow this evening. I hope that's okay, but I had a little bit too much to drink last night. You ever drink so much that you wake up fully clothed right next to your bed? That you have inexplicably moved into the kitchen? I think breakfast in bed was my end game. I think that's what I was going for. It's been a really weird day though. I was taking a piss earlier today, and one of the buttons fell off my shirt. I tried to see which button it was, and I realized it was one of the unfastened buttons. Guys, you will never feel as fat in your life as the day that the unfastened button simply can't take it anymore. I like to think it was just looking up at the rest of the shirt, just seeing the horrible fate that awaited him. He was like, fuck it, man, I'm getting out while I can. But I gotta give it to the other buttons. You know, in the face of tragedy, they really held things together. That's a pun about buttons. My dad is here tonight. Let's give it up for my dad. Yeah. I had a really good dad. He's a great guy. He actually coached a little league team whenever I was a kid. And he didn't really care about winning. He just wanted to teach us the beauty of the game. And even went so far as to personalize all the trophies at the end of the year. So all my buddies got these cool trophies that said shit like home run hitter or secret weapon. And I got hit by the pitch so often that my own father made a trophy that said ball magnet. I know. It was fucking coach pitch too. I'm single. What's up, girl? Single. What's your name? You don't know? You don't know? Can you fucking see me? Did I talk to the only fucking mute in the entire crowd? Why did you sit up front? God damn it. So I'm single. Come to think of it, that might be why. A little outburst like that probably doesn't help my situation. But dating has always been kind of hard for me. I went through a school that was kindergarten through 12th grade. So when I got to the age of dating in high school, all the girls knew me since kindergarten, so they already remembered all the shit about my childhood that I'd repressed years ago. So I'd be like, you want to get some coffee sometime? And they'd be like, no, I remember that time in 2nd grade when you tried to dress yourself and then pissed when you couldn't get your pants on because they were backwards. And I'm like, that that didn't happen. They're like, no, I remember Kelly took pictures, and then sophomore year we passed them out to everybody. You don't remember that either? And I'm like, you're making it up. Let's go see a movie. Dating is still hard for me. It's still difficult. I don't have Tinder because I have some self-confidence, and I don't want to wake up every day to find no new matches. I can't swipe right any more than I am. But every now and then I will get a date, and I'll think that it's going well, and then the waiter will come up, and they'll just split the check. And they think they're my buddy too. They're like, dude, she didn't tell you, you guys are just friends, and I just saved you $25. Maybe pass some of the savings my way. Yeah, I'm a waiter, and I worked at a place that it had really weird policies. Like one of the policies was that you had to be clean shaven unless you were growing a beard. Which I always thought was really strange because I didn't know there were other options. I also didn't know that you could just take basic facts about the universe and proclaim them to be restaurant policy. I didn't know that you could be like, hey man, from now on when you drop a cup, it's going to accelerate at 9.8 meters per second squared towards the ground. That's a gravity joke. It had another policy that I hated. They thought they were doing a nice thing, but they weren't. If somebody had like a mental disability or physical disability, we were supposed to charge them the child's price on their meal, which I thought was really fucked up. Nobody should be treated any differently for any reason. Like, nobody should be treated based on their mental status, their physical status, their sexual orientation, if they're Republican. Shouldn't treat anybody any differently. Am I wrong here? Does anybody agree with that? I also hated that policy because I was the guy that when they inquired why their 30-year-old Down syndrome son got the child's price on their burger, I would have to say, well, it's just because your kid is just so fucking retarded. I'm real sorry you got a bump kid. Saved you like $3. That's something, That's something. Waiting tables is not a very noble profession. I have a friend, he's a paramedic, a very noble profession. And I asked him one time if he ever gets nervous, doing life-saving procedures on people. And he was like, nah, man, if I ever get confused, it's YouTube stuff. It's really nerve-wracking to know that he uses the same function that I use to look up cat videos to save lives. It's also instilled in me a deep-seated fear that one day I'm going to need a life-saving operation. And I'm going to be on the table with the mask and the anesthesia on my face. I'm going to be, quietly drifting off. And the last thing I hear before I lose consciousness is the doctor saying, does anybody know the Wi-Fi password? I have a lot of weird thoughts. About religion and stuff, This is where I'm going to lose all the people that came to see me. Like, I think that the rapture already happened. I do. I just think it was on such a small scale that none of us noticed. I think, like there had to be like 8 people that left the earth. Like one day everybody was like, you seen Bob lately? And he was like, no, man. Nice guy, Bob. I think that Jesus is maybe a more eccentric character than the Bible says so. Because he had to have been, I like to think that he was walking up to the disciples and they were like, hey, how are you doing today, Jesus? He was like, "Oh, great! I walked on the water and then I turned it into wine. Everybody be nice to each other." Alright, man. You got right on that. And even if you look at God from like the Old Testament and the New Testament, it's like they were two different people, you know? Like Old Testament God was kind of just like, it's kind of a douchey frat guy that was like making bets with Satan to just fuck with Job, who didn't do anything to him. People like, "I'm just gonna kill his family, they still like me." Nah. One day he was just like, "Fuck everybody, I'm starting over. I'm starting over. No, build a boat, get some animals, and make sure it ain't a sausage fest." And then New Testament God is a lot nicer of a guy. Like one day he was just like, "Shit, I got a kid now." I guess everybody just be nice to each other. How we doing, guys? I don't like cats. The only thing I like about cats is that they're very easy to insult. You just have to add a comma and be like, "You're a pussy, cat!" That joke was inspired by my roommate's cat. He couldn't be with us today. So, yeah, I was thinking the other day about, you know, the inception of language. And what the first sentence ever uttered by man must have been. Because there had to have been one, you know? For a long time, human beings were just kind of sitting around a fire grunting at each other. And then one day somebody said something that was the first thing. I put a lot of thought into this, and I think I figured out what it was. It was, "This is gonna change everything!" That's the first sentence. And his cave wife was like, "What?" And he said, "See?" And she said, "Are you really gonna have another drink right now?" He said, "Yeah, it's been a tough day. Fucking Todd died when we were killing that saber-toothed tiger." She said, "Well, you said you were gonna fix the cave door today." And he said, "How about you get off my fucking back?" And then she didn't say anything. And he said, "I'm sorry." And she still didn't say anything. And that's how the silent treatment was going. It's a whole chicken and the egg kind of thing, guys. Yeah. About 5? All right. So I'm 26 years old now. Yeah, woo. My dad is applauding the heckler that screamed "Good job." I can see you. I'm 26 years old now, and it's the first age where I've ever felt like the whole system was finally online, you know? Like I'm finally capable of making good decisions. I don't, but I still feel like I can. Like, I called my buddy Luke the other day, and I was like, "Hey man, you wanna go get a drink somewhere?" And he said, "Nah, that place is crowded." And I said, "You're right." And then I realized I hadn't suggested a place yet. It was just the idea of public was very overwhelming for both of us. So I tried I tried to lose some weight for the ladies recently. So I bought, thanks guy. I bought myself a bike, and I thought it would help me shed some lbs. And it's abbreviation for pounds. So I decided to ride my bike to Taco Bell one day. Fuck all of you, it was a faraway Taco Bell. It wasn't close by, okay? So I get to the Taco Bell after a strenuous ride, and I hike my leg over the seat, and I hear a rip. No. And I realize that I've split my pants from the bottom of the crotch all the way to the top of the knee, which wouldn't have been such a big deal had it not been laundry day. I do not wear boxers on laundry day. So now my penis is just sort of hanging out. And I realize I'm no longer allowed in the Taco Bell. But I've come a long way and I still want some food. So I try to drive around to the end, like to the window, and they're like, sorry sir, you have to be in a car, we can't serve you on a bike. So then I just start waving my shit around and I'm like, you give me tacos if you want this to go away! So I'm on my way home. I have one hand trying to steer the bike while the other tries to cover my penis while simultaneously eating a cheesy burrito. And I got like truckers slowing down, offering me rides, giving me much needed encouragement to pedal faster. I got soccer moms trying to shield the children's eyes from the bush I had that just hasn't been maintained recently because every time I go on a date, the waiter splits the check. I finally get home. Ready to eat some fucking tacos. It's actually part of a much longer bit, but I forgot to set up the callback there. Oh well, what can you do? Power forward. Power forward. I'll leave you guys with one more quick story if that's okay with you guys. Recently I went to a music festival in Gulf Shores, Alabama. Yeah. All right. And I was in line for the porta potties at this music festival. I've been waiting quite some time. And just before I can get to the porta potty, this fucking bro cuts me off. And he wasn't your ordinary bro. He was a super bro. He was like Judge Bro Brown. He was Mighty Bro Young. Just before he shuts the door in my face, fucking Broseph Goebbels says to me, roll tide. Yeah, I know, I was there too. It was about this moment in my life I decided that the next time I do something terrible, I'm going to end it with the phrase, roll tide. Like the next time that I stiff my waiter, I'm just gonna write roll tide on the tip line. Next time I just push over a stroller with a baby in it, scream roll tide. Next time I push over an occupied porta potty, I will scream roll tide while doing so. And I want all of you in this room to join me in this endeavor until eventually roll tide has the same connotation as white power. Let's be honest, guys, how different are they really already? They're practically interchangeable. You can just be like, man, I fucking love NASCAR because black people never win. Roll tide. That's our time, guys. I'm done.
Ben Dalby, everybody.